lesson, you're going to learn how to interpret expressions. Terms to know. Term is a combination of constants and variables joined together. Constant, a number with a known value that does not change in a mathematical expression. Variable, a letter or symbol that represents an unknown or changing number in a mathematical expression. Coefficient, a number that is multiplied by a variable. Dependent variable is your y or f of x value. F of x will come back later in the next few units. An independent variable is often x. Takashi is driving to his grandmother's house. He is driving at a constant speed, and will not make any stops along the way. Takashi's distance in miles from his grandmother's house, h hours, after leaving can be described by the equation d equals 125 minus 55h. What does each part of the equation mean in the situation? What is the coefficient, constant, dependent, and independent values? So this should feel a little bit like review in a way, because we kind of did this in 6th grade. I know it's been a few years, but you did do this in 6th grade. The only difference is we did not talk about x and y values, okay? The equation contains two variables, d and h. The independent variable is h, or in other words, x, and the dependent depends on all of this equation is d, which also could be called y or f of x, and that will come later, as I said, in a few units. The coefficient is 55. The variable is, we've already talked about the variables, but the coefficient is the number being multiplied by the variable. We could also say that's negative 55 because it is decreasing, and the constant is 125. Jenny pulled the stopper out of a full sink. The amount of water in gallons remaining in the sink for each minute that followed can be modeled by the expression 17 minus 5m, and I'm going to say y equals. What is the constant? The constant, 17. The coefficient, negative 5. And then m is your independent variable. And then y is your dependent, because it depends on what happens in the equation.